welcome back to the Stone Ranger. I think my camera's a little bit dirty there. Doesn't matter too much, I'm going to spin you around. Got my hammer ready, got my chisel sharpened, and tonight's all about the Henderson's Relish. So let's spin you straight round and let's get carving. Double flip. So here we've got a lovely piece of stone. You can see the colours in there, really nice. Take my watch off. So how's everyone doing? It's I normally try and sneak an extra live in here and there, but I've been very good this week. I've not done any. I have been busy though. Yeah, so I normally at a weekend I'll sneak a live in the morning, or if I'm off in the week I'll sneak a live in. Couldn't do that. I've been really busy. My sister got married, so we had a celebration over a couple of days, and then I was working Saturday. To be honest with you, it was meant to be my day off on Sunday, but I ended up working on the computer for 4 hours. So. But I hope you've all had a good week. I hope you're going to spend some time with me while I carve this logo / sign. It's a couple of week project this. See how small this writing is here. Quite looking forward to it. Nervous, but quite looking forward to it. It's a lovely piece of stone. It's really, really dense. So we're going to keep us chisel sharp on this. I was working through the yard, prepping this Monday night, and stumbled across a sheet of stone like this, and I knew it had to be for this job. Really nice stone. Liam's on. Liam will like this because Liam's a Sheffield boy, and Henderson's Relish is a Sheffield company. So this is right up Liam Street. Don't know if you noticed on my intro, I was in a t-shirt. That's how warm it is. Spring is officially here, I'm sure of it. Been working in a t-shirt. I've had lots of new subscribers getting in touch with me this week, asking me lots of questions, which has been lovely. I've had some new members to the channel as well, so I put a few shouts out to them. I've had 3 new members, really nice. So if they're on tonight, you'll notice their name is in green. They'll have a little Stone Ranger logo next to their name. So it's nice to have them supporting the channel on the membership. Just looking back at this thing, I was just going to say to you, which bit, if you were carving this yourself, which bit would you be looking forward to the most? Which bit draws your attention? That's nice. You can see that stone's working really well. Liam likes the bottle. is only on for £5. It's Young Atlantic Bath. Well, let me tell you about the bottle while I've got you on there. Use this to show you. So I'm going to carve it, but I'm going to do it so it's I'm just going to carve on this edge, and then I'm going to round the top off and then do the logo again back inside there. So I'm only going to be carving the outside edge of that. It'll come more, I'll explain that better as we go along, but so it's going to feel like it's round. I can't think of the word, convexed, so it's going to be curved up in the middle, so it'll feel like the round bottle. That's it. I'm trying to get that round bottle effect on that, which should be nice. So on the actual design, this logo again is on the bottle, and then again and again and again. So I'm never going to be able to carve this again in there, but we'll get something in there. There's also 2 other designs on this for this Henderson. There's all this spicy sauce family recipe here, or you can just have one that says splash it on. A lot bigger text, similar to this, established 1885, but I'll wait for the hard one. Keep me on my toes. For all of you then just coming on, or if any of you don't know, if you want to stick a thumbs up on the video, that'd be great. So you have to go to the little dots in the top corner, I was told last week or the week before, to find the thumbs up like button. If any of the channel members are on, stick a thumbs up on, stick your name in. Let's see your name in green on the chat. I was talking to someone about stonemasonry over these last couple of days and said what I do now in the shed and make videos for YouTube and do a few free projects for charities and a bit of the pass it forward stuff. And they said that makes me now, I'm not classed as a professional stonemason anymore. I'm classed as an amateur stonemason because I don't charge for it and I don't do it as my full-time job. So I'm an amateur stonemason now, which is quite like that. Happy with that. That means I can make a mess of things and it's alright because I'm just an amateur. I didn't do my normal thing at the beginning, asking if the camera's in a good location and also asking if the audio's alright. I can move you around. Oh, can you hear that? Just spilled my cup of coffee. What an idiot. What an idiot. That is a shame. Let's just move that there. Yeah, disappointed in that. I was enjoying it as well. Nice coffee. Really nice coffee. Do you know, sometimes when you go to the supermarket and you buy a fresh jar of coffee and you buy that really good ones on offer, so you feel, oh, I'm having that, and it's just different. Well, I bought one of them jars yesterday on the way home. I've just made myself a nice big cup of it, and it's gone all over the floor. Never mind. The winner of the Chesterfield carving's been announced, and the amount we raised for charity, just over £700. So I'm really happy with that. £700, great. Really need to think about getting the next one sorted. Oh, I'm just thinking, I'm just sulking now about my coffee. Never mind. Really nice stone. Sneakily hiding this in the yard. Good job, I've already used it a long time ago and I wouldn't have it for today. This is one of them projects which will really come to life over the next couple of weeks as I'm carving it and it pops out and people will be able to see it. So has anyone in the chat tried Henderson's Relish? Someone will definitely put a comment at some point, whether they watch this video back or not, that they've had Henderson's Relish on cheese on toast. Liam must have done been living in Sheffield. I actually got a mini pot of Henderson's Relish for in a wedding favour once, and I got a Henderson's Relish woolly hat from my mum as a Christmas present. I've been teaching dry stone walling today. Been quite nice in the sunshine. I've enjoyed it, and then installing a couple of new rights of way gates. Well, installed one and then put some fencing around the next one. Got the first member in the chat. First member of the night is in the chat with his name in green, and he used to sprinkle Henderson's Relish inside his crisps. I've never tried that. Could give it a go. Talking of crisp packets, I got a sticker on my recycle bin when I got home. I put some crisp packets in the recycle bin, so they refused to empty it. So I've got a big long list of stuff I can and can't put in the recycle bin. I'm not even sure it was me. But I'm in trouble for it anyway, whether it's me or not. Trouble from two people. Local council collecting the bins and the wife. Let's have a look at that, read that comment. I couldn't see it properly. I've not got over to read the comments because I don't have any coffee to drink. It is a lovely piece of gritstone I'm working. It's a piece of Derbyshire gritstone. It's really nice. A really nice piece of stone. Really happy with it. I've got a case of the clumsies tonight. I've not just knocked a chisel on the floor and I've spilt my coffee, which is probably not the best thing to be doing, carving stone, if you've got the case of the dropsies or the clumsies, however you call it. For this Derbyshire gritstone, like someone just asked in the comments, your name, it's number 1. It's really, really tight grained. Some of the stuff I do work with is really tight, but this in particular is really tight and nice. It's got some dark marks in it in places. Spin it around a little. Ideally, I'd have a piece of wood up here holding it, so if I was working at the top, but it sits okay, and I like to be able to spin it around just so I can get that right angle with the chisel, what's comfortable for me to work on. And I'm always thinking about knocking into the camera, because I mean, anyone who's watched the channel for over 5 minutes will know that I'll bash it into the camera at some point. It is a quality setup on the TheStoneRanger on a Wednesday night. It's not really just a guy in his shed with a mobile phone and a lamp. It's a quality, smooth operation. Get stressed out just writing in pen. Well, I actually get stressed out writing in pen. I feel a little bit more comfortable in pencil, but no, it's not my favourite. But then stick me on a Wednesday night with an easel, and a hammer and a chisel, and I feel alright. What is the worst that can happen? We could chip and fall and scrape it and drop it and crack it, and or we'll just get a new piece of stone. Give you all something to laugh at. We might get a little bit more nervous when we get down here, but I'm excited to get this wording on the outside done. Then I think we'll go straight down the middle, then we'll put these circles in, then we'll do this, then we'll do the bottle, and then we'll get on to some small stuff. Not all going to be tonight, but hopefully you'll hit the subscribe button and you'll come on this Henderson's Relish journey. So, going back to what Brian said earlier about he used to put Henderson's Relish on his crisps, you can actually buy Henderson's Relish flavoured crisps. Nice to have the channel memberships back open again after I messed up that Google AdSense account. It's so yeah, that's back up and running, and we've got 11 members of the StoneRanger Guild. It costs 99p to be a member of the StoneRanger Guild. So it's not, I don't feel it's overpriced. I don't think it's too expensive. I know we live in a world, especially in the UK, where we're flirting with a recession all the time, and the cost of living is expensive. But 99p is fair. So the 99p doesn't go to me. It goes to growing the channel, to supporting the channel. So new equipment, buying other bits of stuff we can carve with and review, which helps grow the channel. Then in return gets me better discount codes what I can pass on to you guys. So if you want to become a member, you might see a join button, or keep an eye out in the community tab for a membership link. Get your name in green on the channel, get a little badge next to your name which changes every month you're a member. Get early access to the new discount codes, which I'm working on one at the minute. It's a simple little thing for 99p. Be part of the journey. I've got a couple of comments here to look at. So, new stone. I love flatbed. Gritstone, straight out of the quarry on the flats. Random but coursing style, proper traditional dry stone wall. Really like it. A few jumpers in there, big foundations, working up your courses, leveling it off with nice thin stuff. Classic dry stone wall. That's my favourite style. But yeah, like I said, with a few jumpers chucked in there, like a nice dark clay colour, like dark brown, stone, or like you say, some nice fresh limestone. Get it out of that quarry early, you can really work it and dress it well. It'll take longer, but makes a beautiful wall. So it depends what area you live in, and also who's building the wall. What do they feel comfortable with? Are they comfortable with working with the limestone? So that's yourself building the wall. I do love a limestone wall, but no, I'd definitely go with that flat. Really enjoy that flat stuff. I've still got loads of it in the yard. The one year we bought, I bet we bought 60, 80 ton. Really good stone. Long chisel. Well, whichever one you go for, I'd love to see some pictures. I'm building a dry stone wall on Friday, but miniature. It's miniature copers on it. It's a miniature wall for teaching some of my additional needs students how to dry stone wall tabletop style. And I'm going to make a video about it, and then I'm going to take it to Rangers, Park Rangers Information Day, and I'm going to trial it out with 250 people. So I'm going to do 5 workshops for about 20 people at a time. There's 25, but I'm going to send a couple more over to build wicket gates. And they're going to do it in little groups of 3s and 4s maybe. They're going to try that out for me. So what we've done, we've taken the old stone out of our waste pile, all different sizes and thicknesses, and we've stuck it through a cement. We've kind of like broke it up into pieces, and then we've stuck it through a cement mixer, rumbled it so it's not got them sharp edges, so it's like where it's been cut with a still saw or on the big tiger saw or something. It's it looks more like a bit of a natural stone. We were going to dress the fronts, but it'd be so flat that it would feel like the joints weren't right. We want it to feel more natural, so it's round. You don't want the flatness of it, you want it round. And then going to build a wall. So I'm going to make, yeah, like I said, I'm going to make a video about it. So keep an eye out for that. Mini dry stone walling like the borrowers. Keep trying to look down there. What stone have I used for the miniature wall? I've used a mixture of everything in the yard. So it's got flatbed grit, it's got some of this where I cut this shape out, it's got some crinoidal limestone, it's got some reclaimed Welsh slate, it's got some St Bees redstone, it's got some Northumberland blue, it's got some Northumberland tiger stripe in there, it's got some Portland limestone, no Maltese limestone. That could be about it. So I wanted to chuck a real mixture in there because I thought then that'll bring out the questions what will go with it. So as the students pick up a piece of stone and say, oh, what's this one? I said, oh, that's a piece of reclaimed Welsh slate from a 1920s water tank. And then I can tell them about that. And then they'll pick a bit of Northumberland blue up and a bit of Northumberland tiger. And I can tell them why I've got the stone, what job I did with it, and also a little bit of the background, how the quarry in St Bees, the water runs into it from off the sea. So yeah, it's got a mixture of everything. And if I come across anything else, let's chuck it in. It's like a hot pot. I'm just going to chuck everything in. I like the idea that because it's clean as well. When they stand back and look at it, there'll be different colours everywhere for them. I want to keep the students engaged with it. I think it'll work actually. Spoke to my line manager today about who they know very little about carving and stonework. I spoke to her very briefly today. They're on about doing a community garden down at our headquarters where we have about 120 staff, and it's in a place called Bakewell, right in the middle of the Peak District. And they wanted to open up the garden and making it more of a local community garden, and all different bits going on. And I said we should drop a great big piece, big old rough back from a quarry, drop it straight in the quarry, get it there. So then everyone who's taken part in the garden, I can go down, get them all to carve their initials into this stone and feel like they're part of it. So we're talking about this stone being very dense, which is actually exactly the same wording my wife said about my carrot cake I made the other day. She said it's a bit like you, this, Matty. It's a little bit dense. I thought it was delicious. It was for a charity cake sale, and she must have liked it because she texted me at work saying, if you don't sell it all, bring me some back. Now the blue stone very dense. Actually, the Northumberland blue, it's really soft. It's actually too soft. The stuff we've got in the yard, it's got like a vein running through it, like a mineral vein, really flaky, kind of metallic. What comes off in your hands, and that it's really soft. It's especially when it's wet. No, it's not the best stone. This batch we've had denser stuff, which is still not overly dense, but it's this particular batch we're working with, you know, it's no good actually. It's not good for a lot, apart from miniature dry stone walls, and that is about it at the minute. I'll have to stop and read that in a minute. So before I go and read the next comments in a second, and I'm just cleaning this up, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up button. Like I say every week or multiple times a week, it makes YouTube think I'm doing a good job. Not of the carving, of the videos. So if you can do that for me, that'd be a massive help. If you want to be super impressive, go and hit the subscribe button. That makes YouTube think I'm really, really good. The better YouTube think I am, the more people see the channel, which means more companies say, do you want a discount code for this stone? Or do you want a discount code for this hammer? Or this chisel? And then I pass it on to you guys. They're for you, not for me. I don't make anything out of it. I just like carving stone. Sharpen this chisel. So yeah, shoot off. Got 5 thumbs up. It's coffee on my sharpener from earlier. That's not good. Six thumbs up. Look at that. I'm gonna have to try and dry that off. Well, I don't want to leave you all too long. While I've been teaching this dry stone walling project to limestone, that was actually limestone for our naming stone number 1. I need to think of a shorter way around to now. It's trying to teach him, because he's really old, like all sorts of shape, field walling stone. And I was saying to them, you've got to trust the process, just work on the same fundamentals with your walls. I've only ever been teaching this group on gritstone, and I say just trust the process. Start with your big stuff in your foundation, you get your length into wall, make sure your foundation's really tight with your big ugly ones in first, move up a course, next size of stone, length into wall, make sure it's all packed, and just trust that process is going up. And I said the shape of the limestone, I said it's not going to like you dressing it. I said over time you'd learn how to dress it a bit and you can shape it and move it, but you've got to know where and when. So didn't really want them using hammers, and they didn't. They did a great job. And I said, but it's all about just crossing them joints and getting them pieces into each other. And at the end of it, you'll be surprised how pretty it looks, because I've been getting them to coarse gritstone and sandstone. It's such a different thing for them. But they did really, really well. I was really happy with the foundation. They got a couple of nice through stones in for me. Coping stones. They were good to put them to one side. They didn't use them. I was fitting a gate, you see. But no, they did a really, really nice job. I should keep an eye out for that in the Hobbit. Not seen that. I do like the Hobbit films. So they didn't like carving, if I've read that right, I'm quickly putting my hand down. They didn't like carving curves or straight runs. Well, I think they made a good Hobbit. You saw the last project we were doing for the Pass It Forward project, which I still need to just want to tickle the last half of that. I did some of it over silent carving the other week. I do just want to tickle that up, just finish it. that was all straight lines. Or the book. No, well, I've not read the book, but I've watched the films. Maybe I'll look for it. I quite like the idea of carving some nice film quotes onto nice pieces of stone. Like really, like start off at a nice chunky 40mm, carve it in, then slim the back out so it's really thin, and then set them with and carve them really nice with a carved frame round, then set them in a glass frame and hang them on the wall. Do you know, like you get these deep fill frames where they kind of, I think they are called a deep fill frame. I really like the idea of doing that with some film quotes. I said to somebody the other day about carving some wording for them. They want some wording doing of a song lyrics, and I said if it's good enough for the 10 Commandments to do it in stone, it's good enough for us. But they didn't have WhatsApp when they were doing the 10 Commandments, so maybe they would have just WhatsApped it. Or Twitter. Like Donald Trump. All them hobbits were missing if they didn't like doing curves. They just needed to remember it's just all about the wrist. Forget the hammer, like we say every week. This is just continuous, holding the chisel, pressure on your finger, little thumb, your thumb and your little finger, and it's all about that wrist. Just curve. Both ways, internal and external. Curve it round. No problem. I wonder if we'll get any new members in the TheStoneRanger Guild this evening. If you were to pick some song lyrics, like we were just saying, is that Lisa Turner or Lisa Green? so I was saying before I got distracted, if you were to pick any song lyrics to carve into a piece of stone for yourself, it could be a gift. It's what would you pick? Or saying from a movie is the one you'd carve into stone, what you'd have hanging up in the house. From any film, I'm trying to think which one I have. There's so many. To infinity and beyond. That'd be nice. I was going to go something really cool, like something from Scarface or Goodfellas or Prison Break, or I don't know, something really cool. Any Guy Ritchie film would do. Instead I went for Toy Story. So I think as this comes to life and we start carving around and people can see it and people will tune in, I think it's going to be a great project. I think it's a project we can all get invested in the next couple of weeks on a Wednesday night. But you know what I'm like, if I get a chance, I'll be stood down here on Sunday morning. And for any of them regulars who didn't hear me earlier, we raised the Chesterfield project has been won, and it raised over £700 for charity. So we need to get our next charity project on it up and running and out of the way. On the way, sorry. Out of the way, that's terrible looking. I'm doing it for charity. Just get you out of the way. No, I generally do enjoy doing them. I've noticed to get them out of the way. But no, it's yeah, now that one's finished and done, let's do the next one. The next one's meant to be Nottingham Forest Football Club. And I think it'll be great cause. I know the charity it's going for, defibrillators in grassroots football. The problem is the logo's not much fun to carve. I've got a family crest to do coming up. How's that looking? It's feeling alright. It feels like it's looking alright. 9 thumbs up. Everyone likes Hendos. Well, that's nice. Got some generous people in the chat this evening. 9 thumbs up. think I've only just recovered from the last carving for the charity one, the Chesterfield one, because I was streaming live for 5 hours and 50 minutes. Tiring. Really tiring, actually. I can hear the church. Is that what we're on, 8 o'clock? Yeah. As we get further along and we've done all the outside carving and we're really starting to bring it to life, maybe we'll tag Henderson's Relish in it. Let them see it. If them hobbits didn't like curves, they're not going to like this S. Has anybody been working on any nice projects this week? Arms aching. I suppose more important question than what stone carvings you've been working on this week. How have we gone on with the budget? Are we losing out, or are we because it's a general election year? Have they promised us savings, which will equate to about 12 pence a day. Brian's been busy making coping stones. Regular size ones, I wonder. And Ray is asking, oh, so it's meant to say Sheffield. You can't quite see that S there. Right. Yeah, made in Sheffield. Let's see if I can find a pencil. Let's fill that in. Make sure they get all their credit in Sheffield. Size chisel, well, the smallest I've got, 4mm. It'll have to be. It's not the smallest lettering I've ever carved. So yeah, and this will be the 4mm as well. Yeah, this 10mm will be just be put back in the toolbox for a few hours. Can you imagine trying to carve this? Just using a point. So I had a couple of messages saying people had used the discount code again. Or people are still using the discount code, which is nice. Nice, so people are getting good use out of that. If you've not used it and you want some chisels, get on there and buy some. So I had one person who had a basket full of chisels and they were going to buy them, but they gave it a go with a Dremel instead. They didn't have good results, so they've gone to chisels, which is nice. Nice to know they've gone for the old hammer and chisel. I've tried the Dremel myself over the years. It's really difficult. It spins off in every direction. And you obviously can't get this V-shaped carving. It's I can tell the weather's getting a little bit better because the walling videos I've got on YouTube are starting to pick up a bit more traction. I mean, people are out in the gardens. People start getting twitchy. They're ready to do some work. Kevin, hello. What a lovely name to see in the chat. I explained to everybody last week you've been working in the woods, out of service, out of signal, but doing a fantastic job. It's nice to have you back. That's another member in the chat. Nice to see. Nice to see that green text and that TheStoneRanger logo next to your name. I bet it's quite nice working in the is it a log cabin in the woods, getting away from everybody and just doing what you do. The pictures you sent me were looking really nice. Not used the brush much tonight. What's oh, well, it was both then. So he wasn't referring to the marking on with a pencil, but that wasn't there anyway. So it was both of us that. I'm trying to think of a project to do. So my brother-in-law is running the London Marathon next month, and he's a couple of £100 short of his target. And I thought, wouldn't it be nice to carve something we can raffle, but it'll boost his money up for his target, which is going to charity. It'll be good for him. It'll get a bit of publicity for him running, and a bit of publicity for the charity. So I need to think of something to carve up. We can auction off, and I might do something locally. I got, last time I did that football badge, the Sheffield United one, I got a lot of interest from people wanting to win it. So I'm going to find out if you can do a Just Giving page, charity Just Giving page, like raffle, sorry, Just Giving page. Then we'll try and do it from there. And it'd be nice to do it for a local team. My local teams are Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, Chesterfield. Well, we've just done Sheffield. We've just done Chesterfield. Can't do that again, really, can we? Because we've just done it to raise money. That's it. First time I've hit the camera. And I know I've done the Sheffield United one twice now for people, but I feel locally there's a bigger Sheffield United fan base than there is Sheffield Wednesday fan base. I'll have a word with him tomorrow, because my sister-in-law wants to borrow a waistcoat off me because for World Book Day. I don't know what she's going dressed up as, but she wants a waistcoat. So I'll have a word with him. See if we can come up with something, but that'll be nice to help him out there. Can't believe it's 8:20 already. I'm gutted I dropped my drink. I might have to run up in a second and get myself a glass of water. I think this is really going to come to life as we start going around. Hey, we're up to 10 likes. Little things seem to make me happy there, don't they? Is it about now we normally have that conversation about what we've had for our tea? Well, I'll kick it off. So I was rushing in, as always, to get down here after work. Seem to always have a bit of a meeting catch up on a Wednesday. So I had fish fingers, peas and tartar sauce sandwich. Loved it. Probably should have had something with Henderson's relish, shouldn't I? Probably would have been right. Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, how did you hear? Look at that. The wife made me a fresh coffee. Oh, that's lovely. Take back everything I said about her. Oh, that's lovely. Made up with that. So when we finally get to that time when we can get some daylight until about 9 o'clock at night, or just after, we'll go out. We'll go out and build a dry stone wall, live stone walling. Coffee is lovely. 11 thumbs up. I've just done a ching ching with my coffee then. 600 gram hammer's not been out yet tonight, but definitely going out when we get to these. Got an even lighter one actually. I could try that. Nice for Kev to come on and say hello. I bet he'll be working away. Do any of you work on an easel like this upright? Because you go through little stages of where your arm hurts. Then it can be okay. 12. Look at that. We're motoring along with these thumbs up tonight. We must have some Henderson Relish fans dropping in and out. I know we've not seen Bridget for a little bit on the chat. Bridget and Ken. It's nice that 6 of you have stayed in, or 5 of you now, have stayed in to watch. So I don't know if I told you, well, some of you I will, some of you might not know that I messed up the monetization on the channel. So the monetization is Google AdWords. Well, I messed it up, which meant for a month you didn't get adverts on my channel, which means there weren't any revenue coming into it, which is, when I say revenue, I mean, I'm talking pence coming into the channel. But while that wasn't on and you couldn't make money off the live views, live streams, YouTube was really pushing the channel. So at one point you'd have like 300 people watching, and that's because it wasn't monetized. Monetized sounds is really glamorous, and revenue sounds really glamorous. It's really not. I mean, I put it back into the channel and I'm saving up for a new camera. I mean, it'll take a lot of saving up. It's going to take a hell of a lot of saving up, so you're not getting a lot from it. But while it wasn't monetized, YouTube would really push it. We had 13,000 views on one stream. So it's been back on now for 2 streams, and it's YouTube are not doing that thing where they're pushing it to lots of new audiences. Not sure why. The YouTube algorithm is really difficult, and I'll never understand it, and I'll never even come close. But when you just think you're starting to get about 10-15% of understanding how it works, they change the rules. So I think the best way is not to try and figure it out and not to try and understand it, just do what you do. I mean, December, the channel made £23, and I had to fill an American tax form in for that £23. Crazy. Can't believe I made it to 12 thumbs up. That's really nice. Hopefully we've managed to gain a couple of new subscribers tonight who are going to watch this project come to life over the next couple of weeks. A bit tonight, a bit next week. Every now and again I like to jump on a Sunday morning, do a bit of carving. Sometimes on a Monday, if I'm working the weekend, sometimes I get the Monday and the Friday off, so I like to jump on then, do a bit. It gives other people from other different areas who've got different working patterns and other stuff going on in their life, chance to tune in and get involved. Ooh, slipped. Santa always comes on from New York. We've got a couple of people in Australia. Members, we've had a new member join up from Australia the other day, Dion. Wanted to do some really lovely limestone carving. Lots of relief carving they're going to be doing, which is really nice. I just thought, oh, really at the end of this, stop the curves. What's next? Not quite right, that. Maybe as I spin it round, you'll see it on a different angle. Not quite right. It'll be alright for now, while I'm moving around. Right. I think that lettering's starting to come on now. I'm enjoying that, it's nice. Get this one out, curve up. What, 15 minutes. With hazard a guess how many hours do we reckon it's going to take this job? Look at that, there's a proper belt on the camera, that one. I was trying to spin round the corner. Ooh. Getting tired now. It's a couple of busy days at work. 5-a-side football last night, and then a couple of hours stone carving tonight. Yeah, I'm getting tired now. We've got 5 minutes. Well, just over. This. How do I go on about pricing my jobs? Difficult question. So I used to price them per letter. So each letter would have a different price. Each size letter, would have a different price. We had them in 4 different price brackets. These here would probably come in about £6 each. These would come in at £4 each. 6 again. 4, chuck them in on a 4. These I'd have to price up for an amount of time. A little bit of price for your stone. But each project was different. So you could work it out. Oh, if I spent a whole day carving. So when I was doing this full time, before I was an amateur carver, I would say get this stone shaped out at the end of the day, night before, marked on with a stencil, leave it overnight to draw that graphite in like we've spoke about on different projects, and then get carving. And I'd finish most of this in a full day if I was carving at the speed I used to be. Yeah, I'd finish it in nearly a day, if not a full day, maybe a little bit the next morning, but I'd be confident I could do it. So you could price it on a day rate. I always like to carve per letter. Not always, sometimes it wasn't good. The hardest bit would be if they wanted it painted afterwards, because it takes more time to paint it than carve it. But getting the money for the painting was really difficult. So with this, I'd definitely go per letter, not per job. You kind of have to look at each project as an individual. What not only works out best for you, but also is best for the customer. It's got to be best for you both. Have you got any overheads in there? Or what you pay for the stone and for the cost to shape it? It's got to be a little bit of a contingency in there just in case it breaks. You've got to be able to replace that piece of stone. How much the stone cost? Is it an expensive piece of stone? Have you had to import it? Is it a specialist job? Say, did a few jobs what could only use certain limestone. I had to import the limestone to do the jobs. You've got to have enough in that case that breaks, and you've got to bring a bit more in. I had one product I used to make. Didn't sell many of them. Put the price up. Sold loads of them. So pricing things is a weird thing. I'm a terrible businessman, really. I just do. I mean, I didn't, but I just do stuff for free. I like the idea of just doing a project for someone, and they either just give me something at the end of it because they're happy with it. But I'm not. The worst bit about it is the business side of it. People ask me all the time, do I miss the business? No, not one bit. Jim, you definitely should get some of them tools. I've recommended 3 different types of tools depending on your budget. Like I say, you can go on the tool wrap ones off eBay, £13.5, or you can go on the. I've got some on here. We can go on these ones, £15, or you can get on these ones. Some of these chisels are £15 a chisel, some of them are £40 a chisel, but there's a discount code on these. These will last you a lifetime. The other ones won't, but they're a lot cheaper. And if you're just starting out and you want to practice, it's you can go for the cheap ones and then upgrade. If you want to do it as a hobby, it's great. Or you want to keep practicing, you want to do a few little jobs for people here and there, and you can make a little bit of money. Brilliant, really brilliant. Young Tom, who's a member of the channel, he'd never done any carving until recently. Became a member of the channel. He's done some carving, he's done his own house sign, and a few of his neighbours have asked if they can have one, which is nice. He bought some chisels using the discount code. Like I say, became a member of the TheStoneRanger guild. Now he's making a bit of money on the side. Sends me messages every now and again. Gives him some advice here and there. Anyone who needs that, or anyone who wants that, to just a bit of reassurance sometimes when you're doing a job. Always starting new hobbies, so I'm going to go with the cheaper ones. I don't blame you. There's not many people teaching stone carving on YouTube. Well, that's good for me. But if you're having a go and you get stuck on a certain point, or just want a bit of reassurance, like I say, just send me a message. Drop me an email. Drop a message, a comment on one of the videos. However you want to do it, and I'll do my best to help you out. Or if you want something covering in a video and I can do it, I can try and do that. People have requested certain videos and I always have time to get round to it, but we'll definitely try my best. So my teaching style in the videos, I not really teaching a lot while we're doing the live. It's just me carving a few tips here and there. People ask questions, but it's just interacting with the subscribers. But my teaching style on the video is just quite laid back, just down to earth approach. One man, his camera and his hammer. People must like it to a certain extent because I've got over 4,500 subscribers, and I mean, they can't all be family members. An expensive Christmas, if you will. Christmas is expensive anyway. Do like a good Christmas. When the nicer weather's here a little bit, I have got plans to do a right from the beginning stone carving, buying your stone, going off picking your stone at garden centre, quarry, reclamation yard, coming back, marking it out, getting your chisels, sharpening your chisels, how to carve it, a couple of different styles. Like my style is to move the outer material and then get inside. Other people's is to chase that line out. We'll cover both of them. And then cleaning the project up, prepping your stone, painting your project afterwards, and how to prep it and how to paint it, and then how to seal it, how to look after it and care for it. An honest channel. Oh yeah, I've seen that channel. I've seen that other channel, but he has got a big, if it's the same one I'm thinking of, he's got a really big subscriber count, but yeah, you want to pay in. Better businessman than me, but also I'll probably sleep better at night. And one day I'm going to get to them pearly gates, and hopefully it'll stand me in good stead. I have seen that channel, but I've not seen much of it. Because I don't really go looking to compare, or everyone's doing their own thing. Well, if you do want some advice and you do send me a message, I'm not going to send you an invoice. It's free of charge. And that's for everyone. I say I'm not going to charge. I've had to think about that. The way I charge you for the advice, stick a thumbs up. Stick a thumbs up on the channel, and then you're it. We're all square. Ask away, or send away, and I'll even give you a discount code for your chisels along the way. dry stone walling pays pretty. It can do. When I first started, I got £24 a metre, and it was horrendous really for the amount of work I was doing. I had to get up to speed quick to make any money. I was having to build about 5 metres every day. Got a tonne per metre. So if you're taking the wall down and rebuilding it, shifting 10 tonne every day, that's good on your back. Get the cold in there in the winter. Got some amazing scenery and met some amazing people. It was really nice. But then towards the end of my walling career, because now I'm just teaching walling, or I do a little bit of volunteering in France, restoring a wall around the chateau, which I can go back to 22nd September if I want to. I've had the invite. Yeah, so that's really where my walling career is at the minute. But when I left it, we were up at 75, 80, even £100 a metre. And then just to make it even sweeter, then they'd pay you a day rate you'd prep and have a day moving stone around. Well, that was all in the price before. So then, so yeah, it does pay fairly well now. And if someone who's good, you can demand a really good price. I mean, I see some terrible wallers out there charging really good money. So yeah, it pays good. But if you want to do this for a job, it pays pretty well. You can make a few £100 every day carving stuff. Stand carving on an easel like this every day, you'd have arms like Popeye. That's 9:10. No, Google is lying to you if it's paying you £450 a metre, or if it is paying £450 a metre. I'm handing my notice in on the job what I'm doing now. £450 a metre, that's serious money. I didn't even get that a week on. Well, it's not that one actually, but it's 1 kilometre away. I'm working on which one that is 1 kilometre away from your gym, and I went to visit it and I actually laid a couple of stones on the one you're talking about. Forget the name of it, it will come back to me. I'm working on a different one, a different chateau in a place called Noyers. Really nice place in Chablais. So I think 9:10. I'm pretty much done there for now. I'd say that is a strong start. What do you think? Have we got time for one last comment? Say they're liking it. Yeah, Brian says his back could stand it for £450 a metre. My back definitely could stand it for £450 a metre. I could sit there in the deck chair and say, put that there, and put that there, and put that there. It does really hurt your back though. Long term it does. A little bit of tweaking here and there. Ray said it's a great start. I'm happy with that. Got 14 thumbs up. Flick this light off. Jim says it's looking good so far. wonder if Brian's happy with it so far. Finish for tonight. Nearly 14:15. Brian says it's looking good. Straight in there. 14 thumbs up. What, 2¼ hours we've been carving there. I think we've done well. New piece of stone, quite strong, quite nice. So we've got working in there with the chisels. We've had a couple of mishaps. We've had a spilt chisel, a spilt coffee, and a drop chisel I need to find. It's gone underneath the easel on the workbench. So yeah, thanks for joining me. Hopefully we've got some new subscribers. Jim, if you have any questions, send them through, and that's for anyone to send them away. We're not charging for any of that. See you all next week, if not before.